She said it herself. He's a serious guy with a serious job.
He gives I'm Secret Service.
Very much so. Okay, hi guys. Hi Kyla, how are you?
I'm good. I'm eating Halloween candy.
Well, 'tis the season.
I know. What's our favorite? The watermelon Sour Patch?
I'm gonna tell you, watermelon Sour Patch Kid can't. I cannot get it. I crave them. I buy the big bags, but they have not been at my local grocery store for a long. And I don't know why I'm getting really pissed off. Actually,
tariffs.
Do you think they have the regular? They have the other like Sour Patch Kids. It's not the watermelon ones. I don't know, but they're my favorite thing. So actually seeing them here, that you brought them, made me so happy. You have no idea.
So,
but here we are. We're talking about Real Housewives.
So yeah, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake
City. Season 6, episode 7.
Season 6, episode 7.
So anyone that's listening and not watching on YouTube, I found the Us Weekly cover. There was only one. And I went to 3 different stores. I don't know like the process. So they had whatever the current issue was. And I found that one behind.
Wow, the newest.
The newest one. It was the only one. And I was like, oh, mine. And it looks stunning.
It's so good.
It's so good.
This episode
was so good. Now, okay, the episode was titled Above Deck and Below the Belt. And please correct me if I'm wrong. You have watched Below Deck?
I have.
I
watched the one with Sandy as captain. Okay. I watched the one with the older guys, so like the first 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah, the older man.
So I haven't watched the new ones with
the
this new captain.
Yes,
I have watched Mediterranean, but I've never watched the one with this guy.
I know, like a big joke in the like Andy Cohen asked, I guess, is like there's a few housewives that like flirt with him and stuff. So it's like a big thing. Like, Countess Luann, are you gonna like hit on Captain Jason?
Yeah,
he is so hot.
Well, I love when they're like, Heather, what would you bring if you were hanging out with them? And she's like, a swimsuit and condoms.
I'm like, I love Heather. And you know what? This episode, this is going to come as no surprise. And obviously we'll go into the details of the episode. But this episode in particular, you really do see Heather kind of the narrator of the show, especially in this episode. Not just her getting into it with Lisa, but she really is kind of like, has her hand in all buckets.
Yeah.
And this is kind of her trip.
Yeah.
But like, she really is kind of the centerpiece of the show. And I know, like, I think I talked about it with you before, of how it seems like Bravo really is propping her up as kind of the face of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I would also say, you know what I saw yesterday is they premiered a Wayfair ad kind of promoting BravoCon, and it was Heather Gay and Bose from Beverly Hills. And I'm just like, Heather really is that girl.
That. Also, that speaks to this being the best cast ever.
It really does.
I love that we started with this season, and this is all I know of them, and it's so good.
It is so good. That's why I'm like, after this, you really just have to go back and watch just to get a full like, because there's been like season 2 or 3. 2, I'm like, it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like after Jen Shah went bye-bye, it was just like they wasted no time, and they got like, there's a housewife, she's not on anymore, but she does certain like interviews where she's kind of just now re-talking about things. She's a very pivotal one-season wonder, and her name is Monica Garcia. She's one of my favorite housewives. She was Jen Shah's former like assistant / friend, and she actually testified against her in something like, I guess, into federal grand jury. I don't know, blah blah blah. But they brought her on after Jen Shah went to prison. They brought her on, and it was just pivotal. And it's like, that's a season you have to. If anything, maybe watch that, and then
But yes, I love Below Deck. I really like to watch that show. I think it's fascinating.
This almost made me want to start watching Below Deck.
And it is like that, where they do show the crew, they show their reactions. Typically, it's not famous people that are on, or if you're like really famous, they'll blur your face. Yeah. But they always show like their preferences sheet, where it's like prefers grilled cheese, white bread only. You know what I mean? Like, because they do serve you the time that you're on there. So what I thought was funny, just to jump, is when Angie's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do a 3-day cruise. I usually do 7 to 10 days. I was like, okay, shady. But then she's like, Angie doesn't know anything about this. She's used to RVs. But then Angie's sick the whole time. And I'm like, maybe there's a reason she's not on yachts.
I felt so bad for her. I'm like, wow, she's really, her like throwing up in the ocean. I'm like, oh, fuck.
They showed us that clip of her on the raft throwing up, but then like she's throwing up the whole time.
I don't get seasick. I've known people who do, but they take like Dramamine and they're fine. is one of the things I kept thinking throughout the whole episode. Is like, is no one giving her like anything? Yeah. Or maybe it's not working. I don't know.
Sometimes if you take it too late, it won't do anything. Oh. But I was just
because you have to be like on like ground first, right?
You have to have like the footing to have it. If you take it and you're already still rocking,
it's not gonna.
But then some people just don't get it. Mary was like, I don't get seasick. Some people just do not. Yeah. Or like maybe you won't have it on a yacht, but you'll have it on like a cruise ship. I've never been on either, but I've been on boats, but and I was not like a yacht. I've been on like a ferry to like take me somewhere. I've been on like speed, but like randomly, like people like at the lake. I did once in Chicago. Yeah, we were on. But
I've never done I've never done a cruise.
I've never eaten food on a boat, like a.
I think I had dinner once, but it was like a thing.
Fancy.
But I've never been like overnight. I've never done anything like that. I would love to do a cruise. I know like everyone does. I would like to try at least once. However, I don't know if there's like not a phobia. It's so dramatic, but there is something like in my brain that gives me anxiety about like, okay, I'm stuck on this ship in the middle of the ocean with all these fucking people. I always think like, how do we not run out of food? Like, where's the poop go? Like, I think about all those like random things. Like, is there really going to be enough like candy on board? Like, you know what I mean?
There's
like,
enough
how do you? Right, and then obviously we've been doing this for like ever.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I will never let that go. I'm like,
you said forever.
How do we not run out of chips?
My mind just said since the Titanic, but bad example.
Because that's my favorite movie of all time. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's my first thought. Like, we literally have been doing. Well, I don't know if that was a cruise as much as they wanted to immigrate, right?
Well, I think they were. Just
I guess some people.
Like
I guess that's
That is true. Now we literally cruise for vacation. We're not going from continent to continent.
I was gonna say that seemed more like. There's reason behind it. Like there was intention. Like like let's go to America. Like do they even do that now? As like leisure, like cruises from like the UK.
Theo watches. My husband watches those videos. He does like travel channels, and so they'll do a plane, they'll do cruises, they'll do a lot of trains. Like apparently, like the Canadian train is beautiful, and you get to see so much stuff.
I would love to do that. I love. Have you ridden a train like that? Like I've like Amtrak. I've done
only like a subway. Yeah.
Interesting. I would love to do a train. Like cross country.
It's cool to watch, and I mean, you get like the whole like you get to sit down. They have the
I'm sure. Okay, so let's get into the episode. So the yacht trip begins. The women board the super yacht. Heather calls Captain Jason because apparently she has a friendship with him. I'm like, I did not know that.
I know.
I'm like, and I love that little slip up she had with Britani because Britani wants to clearly like bang him.
That was the first time we saw them together.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I loved all the behind the scene clips.
All of them.
Because then they gave us back to like when
even the
Heather
crew
was calling him a month ago. And she's
like, hey, I want to bring my friends onto your boat. So yeah, they get there. They reminiscent.
Real quick.
Yeah.
One thing I don't know, and I meant to research it. He's the captain of the yacht, but it's not like he owns the yacht.
I don't think so. No.
So it's almost like a bus driver. Like he could probably drive any yacht. Like you're like a.
I think that's how that works because he works for the charter.
Okay.
I'm assuming that.
Because if he owned the yacht, he wouldn't be working.
No.
Okay.
I'm assuming I don't know too much about the business in terms of I know the charter company owns the boat.
Okay.
And then they're basically employees of the. I don't know like the certifications and there's things, but it's like kind of a big deal. I mean, you can do other things.
I mean, and this was a legitimate collaboration episode because they were even telling us the names of the crew and the second officer.
They had the logo. It said when the episode opened, it said Below Deck Mediterranean and then Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm like, this is like.
So it was a legit
it was a
merge.
collab. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
And I loved it.
That speaks to how big this like season is, this cast.
And the money
and the investment. Cross-brand.
Exactly. The investment that like Bravo was like, no, this is the blueprint.
I know. I wonder if you pay for that if Bravo owns both companies.
So someone does because I've seen this because this is not the first time that in this, where it's literally 2 shows, but there has been Below Deck where like housewives or famous people have been on there and they talk about like the money aspect and they do pay out of pocket. I know that's kind of there's some blurred lines, but I don't know. Maybe this was because Bravo does pay a certain portion of cast trips. I don't know how it works on this. So that's a good question. Actually.
The reason why we got into Below Deck, there was a lady I wanted to have on my podcast. She was a lawyer, and I think she did her first year, and then she decided she was going to get a job on a boat. And she starts working on the boat, and it ends up being one of the Below Deck crews. Or she auditioned, and they thought her story was compelling, and she never went back to law school. And I was like,
she on the show?
One of the earlier seasons. And that's back when I started my podcast, I was looking up lawyers who like weren't practicing. And I was like, what is this show Below Deck?
That is so cool. We found the show.
I know.
Yeah, I've watched random episodes.
It's good
I've never watched it from like start to finish.
It's really good money because they even make a comment about like, we're not getting paid enough for this.
Yeah,
but at the
or like
end,
the tip.
They give them an envelope, and that
has all the money in it.
It's like $15,000, and then you split it up between the 7th. Well, you get like $4,000 for like the 3 day trip.
I know, but you must be
$4,000 for 3 days of work.
I know. Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like, wow, people are really rich in this world. They'd be like, here's 15 grand. Like I barely have $100 to give somebody. I watched
this show, and old me would have been like rolling my eyes and how dare they? This is so not fair. Because I remember last episode, Lisa asked like, can we bring glam? And I'm just like, how pretentious. But I watched this one, and I was just like, anytime you don't have money, there's someone who has money. And it kind of just made me be like, there is money.
I wonder if they'll show money at the end of this trip, if they'll show the tip, if they leave them a tip.
They will if they keep it as this, I keep calling it a collab, but I think, what is it? A crossover episode?
Crossover, yeah.
And so they probably will, that's one of the big parts.
Yeah, because you can definitely see the elements of the two shows colliding, like you said, like when the crew's talking and like you see the camera like at that weird angle, and they're out there killing each other. I actually did find that incredibly entertaining.
Now they did show more than they typically do. I don't think they or at least back in the day, they wouldn't show you unpacking people's clothes because, but this probably because of the needed with the cucumber.
That makes sense. Yeah,
you needed that.
And on other traditional cast trips, you do often see like the people working at like the resort or something like it. You do, so it probably is like a combination like. Okay, we have to keep the Housewives theme, but also the Below Deck theme. So it has been interesting to watch.
It's so good. Okay.
Okay, so they get there, they complete.
Bronwyn is not there.
Bronwyn is not there yet. I was wondering that because we said that last week. Like, is she going to be on this trip?
The editors. I was like,
I must say they ended that, and I love when they do these like ominous, like, will they be there next week or whatever. And they do such a good job of making sure, like, when they show you the preview of the next episode,
you don't know what's happening.
You don't see them in it intentionally because they want to keep you guessing. Because I thought for a second when Whitney started reading that text message, I'm like, oh, she's not going. I know. And then, of course, there's like a pause, and then she starts reading it more. I'm like, bitch.
Well, even in the spoiler or the next week, it was Lisa saying, oh, she's sick. I don't want to be anywhere near her. And then it's Angie throwing up. But then you watch the episode, and it's like, oh, she's throwing up the whole episode. So it's kind of like, because I remember watching, and I was like, is she pregnant? But then you find out that no, she's just had seasickness the whole time.
Poor
so
girl.
They're doing really, really well with like not giving away too much.
What did you think about the room assignments?
So I have a note here.
Okay.
If Bronwyn started last season and Britani started last season, why is Britani such an outcast? No one wanted to room with her.
It's kind of the theme.
She literally got Bronwyn because Bronwyn wasn't there to speak up for herself. I will say
that's kind of the MO. I feel like ever since Britani come on, it's kind of like
you just need a villain.
Like her. Well, I don't even think she's a villain. I just think they look at her as a ding dong and like why, almost like how Mary's like, why is she here? Kind of vibe.
But then she's flirting with a guy. You find out she's a developer. To be a developer in real estate,
but here's the thing:
way more than just selling real estate.
I like that she said it like 18 times to him. I'm like, I don't know if they just keep replaying the sound.
I think she was drunk, and I think she really did just keep saying.
Do you think so? I was wondering, like, is that her, or is keep replaying the sound?
Or at the reunion, they're gonna be like, "You built one house that doesn't make you a developer."
Remember when she was talking about Angie's house at that lunch? She said she was a real estate agent. I'm like, girl, you didn't say anything about being I'm like,
now
developer.
I know.
I'm like, so I'm gonna do research on that.
Oh, okay, I have a note here. Who on the show is married? Because they give these women such shit for being on vacation and trying to have vacation sex.
Whitney, Meredith, Lisa, and Bronwyn. Oh, Mary.
Angie? Is Angie
and
married?
Actually, everyone's married, but Heather.
And Britani.
Yeah. Everyone else is married.
Because they give her such shit.
Who?
Britani, for trying to like... So she's talking about Captain clearly handsome, and then she's trying to flirt. But the big thing about Below Deck is that I don't think they're allowed to, or they never really show they'll show you sneaking into someone's room.
Yeah.
And then they'll do like the outside moaning.
Yeah.
Like they'll have
I've seen they've had like sex on these boats before.
But typically, it's not a housewife. And so you're just like, oh, whatever, someone's on vacation.
That's very housewifey, that part of her flirting with like the crew members. Why did they give her so much shit? Well, the Jared stuff, like I said, that's been going. I'm so over this.
I really need
that stupid ass fucking horse or stuffed animal horse thing. I'm like, after they had already went through, I did think it was funny. I thought there was some hope there when no more saying his name. And she's like, Jared, and then I was like, that's Meredith is being kind of playful. That was, they all laughed. They did it again to her when they were like going outside in their bathing suit, or they're outside looking at the deck.
They even did it with Bronwyn And she didn't even know the rule yet. The rule was if you say Jared, we're going to throw the water. Right. So they threw the water on Prince.
And it was funny. So I thought that was funny as a sign of hope. But that stupid ass horse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think that's why it's because I was listening to another podcast. They're doing the same thing that we are. But one's a former housewife, one's a current housewife on other shows.
Cute.
And I agree with them. They're like, is this a gimmick at this point?
Yeah.
Because it really does seem like, okay, she knows her role. I will say there are parts this season I kind of find her funny.
Yeah.
But not because she's trying to be. Mostly just
like cringe funny.
Yes, exactly.
I did not care for the unicorn horse. No, whatever. Ugh. Okay, I'm taking a 30-day break from you, but I'm going to listen to your voice as I go to sleep every night.
And disclaimer, for me, in my opinion, I don't care if you have a very healthy and admirable relationship. If you're doing that, I think it's still cringy. I think it's even more cringy because she has I don't even know what this relationship is. Because I'm like, Whitney just told you he was at their house saying how you think that she's just with him for money and all. They're both fucked up in my opinion.
I mean, at this point, it is gimmicky. You're bringing the stuffy with his voice.
Yeah.
Intentionally to just like keep rubbing it in. But if you wanted to come on the show and say, how can I come on without you really talking about my life? This is a good gimmick because it's enough there that they keep talking about it and it keeps her relevant in the story.
It does. It's going to get...
Without it being her personal life.
My worry is, because I'm already irritated by it, that's going to get old really fast, if not already. So I'm like, okay, we got to like land the plane here.
Would you ever have one of those stuffies?
No.
I can't give you one for Christmas.
Unless it's of my dog.
Merry Christmas, Dom.
That's the only one. I want a recreation of Lucy as a stuffed animal.
Like her barking? Or like one that looks like her?
Yeah. Like even now, it shouldn't have to be like...
Let me write that down.
I want one. You know, you can do that. There's a web. I actually looked at it because you just take all these angles and let's create like a
replica.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like, what is the word? Of your pet.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God, I want to do that. And I don't know if you can actually put sound in it, but I'm sure people have that.
If they can do it for Jared, they can do it for us.
Girl, that part. The only thing I would say about the rooms is, especially towards the end, it's clearly by the end of the episode when Bronwyn's telling Meredith all the shit that Britani said. I'm like, so how are they going to bed tonight when they're sharing a room?
I hated that part.
Because it was really interesting.
I have 2 notes about that.
Do you want to wait till we get there?
No, because you brought it up.
Fair enough, I did.
Bronwyn spilling all that tea when she could have just called them and told them, hey, she was talking about all this stuff when we went shopping.
Please remind me, because I feel like maybe I was doing something I wasn't paying attention
to. They had never showed that part before.
But not even that. Like, what prompted that? Why am I forgetting? Like, why did she randomly bring that?
Because they were talking about who's the one who has all the tea, all the tea. And then she was like, I have some, da-da-da-da. I did not think
she did that intentionally? So people wouldn't ask her about her shit? Like, what a way, like, I love Bronwyn, but, like, I was like,
I didn't think it
why was this necessary?
I don't think it was necessary. Also, I don't think that Britani has good judgment.
No,
because you told Bronwyn all this stuff, and we get to see Bronwyn's reactions, which were really funny, but then for Bronwyn to go share it all. So it's like, the one part I didn't mind is that Bronwyn has never said she was close to Britani. So obviously, if we're going out,
well, remember when in the room, Britani was like, "I have to share." That's why I find it. Even them going shopping together, I'm like, what?
But then you told everything, so we better not ever see them together again because this will be so fake if we will. But I didn't care for that piece. But then, if you ever see me on the news or do not ever call me to ask me if I'm okay if we do not talk in real life. Bronwyn is like, the only person who called me about those lawsuits was Mary. Do not call me if we do not typically talk. Hey, just saw you on the news. No. So I don't... I liked how she said it, and I was happy that Mary said something.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like...
I think because they have a genuine friendship, too.
But okay, well, then there's that. Because I'm like, don't call me because, I just read the blogs.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's shitty. If anything, I would hope that people... If whatever it is, I would hope my actual friends that I label as a friend and label me as a friend, I wouldn't want anyone to present that in that way. Just ask me like,
you okay?
Yeah, just checking in on you. That's I would like that because I need that in life anyways.
Yeah.
But like to say like, girl, I just read the paper. What the fuck? Like that's so insensitive to me.
You know what though? Even as you say that, I'm pretty sure I'd be the type to be like, what the fuck, and send you the link, and then you're like, oh, I hadn't seen it yet. That's I guess it depends like what it is.
Like if I committed fraud.
I was thinking about what you said a couple episodes ago where you were like, it's not the secret, it's not the lawsuit, it's the hiding it, or it's the acting like you're not.
And in my opinion, and you're the lawyer here. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Bronwyn, I guess, and all her shit for a second here. So Bronwyn's on the ship now. Mm-hmm. They're all talking outside, right? I agree with Heather and Whitney, and I think anyone else that was there. Mm-hmm. That not Meredith, because she doesn't have a fucking opinion for the life of her.
She was such a doormat. And I know you hated her jean outfit at the beginning.
I do. I don't like the way she
Britani, because the outfit was so basic.
Besides her hair, I hate the way she
has on the cute dress.
I hate the way she dresses. So this is where I'm like, in my common sense and critical thinking part of my brain, if a court case is sealed, mm-hmm. you can't talk about it. It's mm-hmm. sealed for a reason. That end of story. So Lisa going like, well, why is it sealed? I'm like, bitch, what do you think I can just tell you that?
I was waiting for the flashback of everything that's in the articles with stuff that Bronwyn told her when she went to her restaurant. Because remember I told you I was so uneasy with that. And I was like, I do not think she should have trusted her with that.
Because I agree with the girls. Like I agree with Heather when she said, I think Lisa has her hand in this. And even if say hypothetically she didn't, you did yourself no favors by when Bronwyn's just saying, I feel like it might be someone in this script. No, it wasn't. No, it definitely wasn't me.
Like, you are being too loud. Exactly. If it's not you, shut up.
I agreed 100%. I'm like, that is called guilt right there. Guilt 101. Yeah. And you know what? I'm not saying this because I'm proud of it. There has been times in my life where I've lied to, someone about something. And when that comes back around, like, hey, this happened. I'm like, God, who would do that? I definitely would never do something like that. Yeah. Because I was the one.
I know.
So, like, that is a very common thing. I think
it's a very common thing when you are young, because you were probably younger when you did that. Yeah. It wasn't last year.
I was like 20, 21, yeah.
So, since we're still talking about Bronwyn, mm-hmm. I looked up her husband's company.
I love this.
It's like Combot. It's like a ransomware threat. I was like...
Okay, this is interesting.
He could clear probably all the blog type stuff. It's like a reputation, website. And I was it's fascinating. So I was trying to look to see if his picture's on there, but of course it's not.
So do you think...
But he is in a very serious job.
And I have felt that way since last season. I mean, it was quite clear the way it's presented. Like, she said it herself. He's a serious guy with a serious job. He's a serious... Like, she said...
He gives I'm Secret Service.
Very much so. There was nothing in this where I thought, even when she came on last season, we met him, I'm like, oh, this... He got a real job. He's doing some real shit. Like, it's not funny. And that's why at the end of last week's episode, while I think he's a big dick to her, I don't really care for him. I don't think he gives her the love I think she deserves. Whatever happens behind closed doors, whatever, that's their business.
She likes it. We love it.
Exactly. However, I don't think he does her any favors or is really there for her, and at least at what it's portrayed. The one thing I will say, I suppose, is you have your wife on the most popular Housewives show. I mean,
work in ransomware and cyber threats.
Can you imagine if you're on a reality show and you're doing some business? You think someone would say your husband's boss, but like, listen, I know you have nothing to do with this, but even if you never had your husband on the show,
I know
people find it.
Oh yeah,
easily.
People have looked up. I'm sure they know where we worked before.
Yeah, if you look on my LinkedIn profile, you can find it. It's so easy. The one allowance I will give him is how could he not be affected by all of this? Not just whatever these lawsuits are, but so like what is as your attorney lawyer hat when something is sealed? Why?
Oh, for a number of reasons. Either like you can ask for something to be sealed, and you can ask for things to come off the record.
What process is that? Like, how can you seal this? Like, sure.
It just depends on the sensitivity of it, but everyone's sensitivity is different, right? So like things, if you're a minor, are typically 100% sealed. Good. Even if it's like you didn't pay your rent, like she said, I didn't pay rent for something. Yeah. Depending on your age, things can be sealed.
She was
depending
young,
on
19,
how drastic they were.
Yeah.
But you can ask for things to be sealed.
And a judge grants that?
Yes. Okay. You can request it and then they'll go through a process. I just think it's so ironic that Lisa threw a whole party about her suits and then this stuff comes up. So
ironic is correct. Yes.
Is it a Housewives thing where you would look up dirt on somebody else and share it?
Yes.
Did that ever happen in Atlanta?
Yeah. Housewives 101.
Okay.
It's kind of one of the things that is like, I was watching a video of an ex-housewife that's like, listen, we get the formula for these shows in general. I think you can still have a really good show without doing all this digging, but think about real life. If you're with your circle of friends, whatever, you're not gonna at a birthday party be like, so I read in the paper you're being sued, or I saw online that you like this. You know, that's never gonna happen. If it does, you're gonna call, like, listen, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
I think I would laugh. I'd be like, are you serious?
You imagine
Where's the camera?
Can you imagine if I had a party here, all my friends, and then you or someone came to me and like, so I heard. It just wouldn't. That is not real life. I mean, to some extent, I'm sure. I'm sure in the history of the world, it does happen.
If you have frenemies, maybe.
Right. I mean, shade, yeah. Like,
dang, maybe those shady friends are pre-social media. We're all at home now. So if you come to my house, we need to be good Judies. Yeah. So no, nobody would ever. Yeah. But I could imagine if you have like a friend of a friend come over, maybe, but I don't hang out with too many friends of friends.
I don't either.
Dang, pre-pandemic maybe, not even social media.
And maybe it's because I don't do anything in life that would warrant. There's nothing.
Now I want to go to a party and do that with somebody.
Like, so.
Hey, Colby.
I heard that you have, there is a few things.
No, I would make it be something good. Like, I heard you're opening another salon. Yeah. Or something,
something positive.
Yeah. But no, I can't imagine that happening.
The other part I'd say to that is, while that's Housewives 101, like, you just do that, I kind of hate it because there's a fine line of, like, I get this is entertainment TV, but I still watch these shows and I still fully believe there's nothing scripted about them. Yes, there has been a known fact that certain producers will push you to say certain, like, why don't you ask them about October 4th?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, I don't, whatever.
And that's it. No other
Right.
details.
And of course, they schedule things like, okay, you have to let's have a party, like, celebrate something. You figure out what it is. But, like, things like that to kind of get everyone on the train, right? Yeah. Necessarily, or so to speak. But I can't imagine ever in life me sitting on my couch going, okay, I'm going to show with someone. So let me go on Instagram and try to find anything I can find on them.
If you are, please buy a shirt for my website. Yeah. Don't just look up dirt.
That part. But you know what I mean? It starts to take away from an element of like, okay, this is too calculating to the point where it's not enjoyable. It's one thing if it's in like the Salt Lake Tribune, but to go digging.
So question for you. These sealed cases and all this stuff, not lies, but like the whole thing was a big part of the trip. Would there have been an enjoyable trip without that?
That's a good question.
Because it was probably 75% of it.
Well, I've heard this so many times of like, when people say, without so-and-so, what would they do all season? And my rule of thumb is, I'm like, yes, that is true. Or the answer to that is they'd find something else to talk about.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Like,
they'd be talking about Jared the whole time.
Or something. I mean, but like Lisa's bullshit was in credible media sources. It was in the newspaper. Yeah. Hers was like on blogs. And I think the big difference to me in this whole thing is it's quite clear. Like, I agree with her. Someone's bringing this out, maybe calling bloggers, whatever, and saying, you should look at this. I know this information. Go look this up, because it wasn't like the New York Times. It was like Reality Blurb or something, like all these like this website, like fandom type websites. It just wasn't like legitimate sources where I go for like news, like a newspaper, like a city or local newspaper. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I agree with her. I do think it's Lisa, personally.
Oof.
I really do.
I have so many thoughts because I really like that Angie and Mary were not around any of it.
I know. Also sad at the same time. It's probably for the best, especially at the end.
To keep all of Angie and Lisa's mess
that is true,
out.
Especially by that last dinner or the dinner at the end of the episode. I feel like if Angie was there, it'd be too chaotic.
And I really like that Mary stayed with Angie.
That was so fun. Did she take a dump? Was that her farting?
I think that was her pooping at the beginning, and she's like, now I'm empty.
I know. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna be so. If she didn't like Angie making fart jokes, she's gonna be pissed. That was like, I was like, I hope that was just like the sink that was turned on or something. I'm like, why do you gotta do that to Mary? Come on.
And then she comes out, she's like, where's the rest of it?
That was so funny. She's like, that's it. Mary was a whole vibe.
So I like that she stayed with her, but in the Housewives world, does this help her stay on for next season? Or is she only with Lisa or only with Angie, buddy?
Mary, I think... I would say this. I was listening to a few like podcasts that talking about the cast and stuff, and I agree with them. Mary Cosby. I don't know if you know this. I found this out.
Last name?
She's the reason why there is a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I can't remember all the exact reasons, but I learned recently like there would be none without her.
Wow.
Second of all, she literally probably is. When I look at, and like I said, I've been watching religiously since 2007, Real Housewives of Orange County season 1. Wow. She is probably one of the if not one of the realest housewives ever. She really showing it all, but there's no filter. And I don't mean that in the way, like, there's been some housewives that are unfiltered, but like in an offensive way. But I didn't find her. She didn't say anything, in my opinion, that would warrant offense. Like, there's some that are like, shut the you shouldn't be talking like that.
Oh wow.
She's unfiltered in the sense that she's naturally just like comical when she's just her in bed like eating was hilarious to me, and as Angie's like suffering in bed,
and as they're listening to all of them yelling outside,
right? And I love when she's like, and then the captain or the guy comes in, and she's like,
I love that we could hear that.
So I think in that regard, because she's authentically herself, there's no and if you listen to interviews, the way she talks on the show is how she talks in interviews, where it's like she's not oblivious. She's Mary Cosby is not out there digging up anything on anyone. She never has, and she's been true to herself.
She's just intentional.
Very much so. Yeah. But that is her. You can tell because she's not like messy. She's honest, and you can agree, disagree with certain viewpoints, whatever. But there's like I said, it's not that she's oblivious, but there is something like I don't know what the word is. Like it's clear like that's exactly who she is.
Okay.
And that's why Mary Cosby is such a staple in the show. Angie obviously is, because she solidified her spot, I feel like, on the show.
So are there different seasons where sometimes you just talk to more cast members than others? Like, does Whitney have one where she's more pivotal, and then there's some where it's okay?
It depends on where the storylines are, like what's the top, like what direction is the show going to? Who's it focused on? This is clearly like a Lisa takedown season where it's focused on her, right? Which makes me sad because I came in with no context. I was like, let's learn Lisa. And you were like, oh, people stand for her. I'm like, okay, I like Lisa. I'm not
and
one
now
of them.
I'm like, Lisa, girl. Every episode.
I've enjoyed her in the past. But I think I have such a hard time with people that are very, like what you said, very pretentious and very like almost, and that's a Dominic thing personally. Like, yeah, I watch these shows because it is escapism, and it's kind of interesting to see this other lifestyle that I don't have. But I need depth with it too, like real problems, because rich people have problems too.
Yeah.
And I have never gotten that from her.
I think I need sincerity.
Even
when she's calling her husband at the end and crying, and I'm like, John's probably like, I've never even heard you cry before.
That's what I mean. It's things like that.
But then she's walking slow enough that Heather can follow her, and they don't.
But she's like, don't follow me. But she's like, I'm like, bitch.
You know what I thought the whole time I'm watching, and this speaks so much to her. I think anyone else, I would have felt different. Yeah, I'm like, that's why I don't wear tube tops. The whole time she can't even argue without pulling up her dress, and I'm like, you can't even be like genuinely mad.
Well, one could argue this is probably ignorant on her part, but I'm assuming she probably didn't think she had to fight with any. You know what? She probably thought, like, we're going to talk about Bronwyn again, and hypothetically, there's a theory. One of the theories in my brain, it's if she did, in fact, allegedly put these stories out there, or
whisper to somebody,
exactly, like, hey, look at this over here. Obviously, is to get the heat off of her of like, I'm done with this being questioned, all my bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I think she's not being 100% honest about all these court cases in her life. From what I understand, like, not all of them are dismissed. There's obviously things there.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to talk about it. She's like over it. So she did all this shit. And she probably went into that dinner thinking, okay, we're going to do this again.
Yeah.
But instead of focusing on me, let's focus on Bronwyn. So she probably didn't think she would have to pull up so much.
Bronwyn, I would feel like that bitch.
Yeah.
No, like, I would feel like, I hope you know the show is mine now. Me and Heather.
And they're only perpetuating that. I mean, Lisa's really helping her case. Yeah. I'm like, you are really... Bronwyn is I thought when she came on, I found her really intriguing.
I mean,
I didn't know her.
Came on this episode or the show?
Last season when she came on the show.
When she comes on the episode in that inflatable outfit and that
and
hat,
you have to see her outfits from last year.
This dress is a tribute. Because she would
wear
some kooky
but that
shit.
She's been like, talk about consistently, authentically her. You should see the outfits that she was wearing last season. That's kind of was her. It was clearly like that's her MO. That's her thing. And Lisa is not. If she wants to make her irrelevant in some sort of form of fashion, she's
boosting it.
Exactly, 100%.
Well, I will say to your point, and then we'll jump to the middle of the episode because we skipped. If Lisa was like, we're just going to go to dinner and chill, that is in fashion and in form of Below Deck. Because the captain always has one dinner with them, and they sit down and they all chat.
Because he said that, didn't he? He's like, well, I was going to eat with them.
And they're just like, and the chef will come out and be like, so that was the curry lobster salad. How do you like it? And I love Chef Ben. He's been on at least
I've seen him in the Bravo world for a very long time. Yeah.
He's been on like the Mediterranean ones.
I know. That's why I was like, oh wow.
He's a very good chef. I mean, first of all, to cook on a rocking boat. I mean, like it.
Well, I liked how irritated he was. Like, he went out there. I love anytime when they're in the middle of fighting and the one guy is trying to put Heather's plate down. It was gold. I'm like, this is hilarious.
I know. So if she was like, we're just gonna go to dinner. Because come on, it's the first night. Yeah. Let's get into the fireworks tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's one thing though. I was watching the episode and I had to keep reminding myself, this is just a day in their life, even though it's been a week since we've seen it.
That's a good point.
Because I was like, for all we know, these blogs came out 2 days ago. And she's like, no one's called me. It just came out. And so I keep having to remind myself like.
Well, Mary did.
Yeah.
I get that. You know, I do agree with her to a certain extent. I'm like, I wouldn't expect Lisa or Heather necessarily to call her. Yeah. I was surprised. I'm like, oh, Whitney wouldn't. And I guess maybe little Angie too. I thought if anyone else, Whitney probably would have. Yeah. But I could look at that, and I am the type of person, like if someone's going through something or if something explosive happened, whatever, I'm like, I'm going to give them a moment. I don't want to be the first one because I never want to come off like... Yeah. I don't want someone to go, I can't right now with I want to give them enough time, but that's a fine line because you don't want it to be too long where someone can be like, oh, now you give a fuck? I'm like, no, I'm just trying. I don't know what the fucking rules are.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay, so Bronwyn shows up.
And
then they all go outside and they like get in the water.
Play in the water.
And Angie was the only one that didn't get in. No, I'm sorry.
Well, she did.
Lisa was the only one that didn't get in, which I didn't understand.
Because Mary didn't either.
Was she out there with them?
Remember, she sat in a chair. She's like, well, this is luxurious.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. I thought it was cute to see them all have fun.
Yeah, but I love that.
I think the ladies look so good without glam.
Same.
I feel like their natural faces, I just think they look so pretty.
I thought Britani looked I think Brittany's a very pretty woman. They all are, yeah.
So I always tell my daughter, because she likes to play in my makeup, I think one day she was like, ooh, beautiful. And I was like, you're always beautiful. Makeup makes you colorful.
Oh, I love that.
But then I look at the ladies and I'm just like, I just feel like a lot of their makeup ages them.
I can.
Because then I'm looking and I'm just like, y'all look so good. But I'm telling myself, if you feel better made up and dolled up, that's great. But I just think they look so great without makeup. Yeah. I'm just like, wow, look at you.
Well, it's probably because there's a certain line when it's too...
Almost they're on a TV show. That's a different level of makeup. I'm like, Kyla, be realistic.
And I'm assuming, I don't know anything about makeup in terms of applying it, but, I have eyes and can see. And, like, I feel like there is, like, when you go to Sephora and you see some of those people that have that artistic, like, purple, like, there's that, which is...
When it's intentional, like,
intentional and a specific reason.
Yeah.
And then there's more of that natural, like, makeup, like a Kim Kardashian, where it's like, you are always stunning, but it's not like... That's too much.
Yeah.
These girls, sometimes it's like, whether it's too much eyeliner or eyeshadow or it's like, I don't know who's doing your makeup, but like, I feel like what's in is more of this natural, beautiful, simple look.
Yeah.
Because it enhances not just your features, but you look more radiant and glowy in a way. So it's like, what are you all doing?
And you know what, though? To be fair to them,
but what makes you happy, whatever. I don't care.
This was one of the first times I've seen them all doing something recreational. So maybe if we saw them playing tennis or pickleball, they would be dressed more like this.
I didn't like that scene because of that. It was fun. It was like bullshit.
I mean, they had the glamorous like cover-ups to go with their swimsuits, but it wasn't. They weren't dressed in a gown.
Right, exactly.
So it wasn't glam.
Or wearing like high heels and with like swimsuits. It's like
it wasn't. You can't wear those on a yacht anyway. They usually have you take off your shoes. Because you can't like damage the wood.
That makes sense. Even Lisa was kind of like nice to ish. She was being shady under her in her comments, but she wasn't like a cunt.
So are we in the middle of the episode yet?
Yes, with Heather and Whitney, they start talking about, and they want to talk to Meredith.
Okay, I did not understand that.
I did.
Because Meredith has been silent the whole episode until last week. And so I was like, Whitney speaking to Heather made sense.
100%.
Because I'm like, Dom keeps telling me Heather is the centralized character.
And they're the closest. They're not only they're cousins, but they're like best friends.
Okay.
So that whole thing made sense.
So I'm like, this makes sense.
Like spilling the tea, like, girl, like, what the fuck? Yeah.
And then it really made sense to jump tiny bit ahead where they go to dinner and Heather tells Brittany, we talk shit about each other to their face. She was saying something about someone that
very
wasn't
real,
there.
by the way. Yeah.
So I appreciated that. But then I didn't understand where Whitney and Heather are like, let's bring Meredith in. Because I hadn't seen Meredith in that role.
So here's why I think they did that. And they kind of said it to a certain extent. I think I understood where I wouldn't have done this because I'm like, that is the last person at this point, knowing the whole history of this group. Meredith has a somewhat of in my opinion, a blind loyalty with Lisa and vice versa.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. I don't want to say for every single thing because Lisa and Meredith, while they're like best friends, for a long time, they've been really close. There's a few seasons where they were not. Like, it got
you
really
told me that you think they have dirt on each other.
I do.
So they have a mutual agreement to not go too deep.
So it's like, I know shit about you, you know shit about me.
So don't start airing it out.
And like, look at that dinner. Lisa said in two different, you better have defense.
And I was embarrassed for Meredith because I was just like, are you going to let her speak to you?
That's what I mean. And Heather's like, what the, don't talk to people
But
then
I was also like, if Lisa knows where the bodies are buried, you are going to let her talk to you that way.
Exactly. So I think the tactic, while I wouldn't have chose it, I can understand. I don't understand, but I know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Let's bring Meredith to get her opinion because they said it at the dinner. It's like they assumed Meredith would open up this conversation because they somehow thought Lisa would be less reactive. And I'm like, I don't know what show y'all been on, but Lisa's going to be reactive no matter what if you're coming against her in any kind of form or fashion.
Yeah.
And exactly how she was like yelling at Meredith, like, did you fucking defend me? That's exactly, it doesn't matter if Meredith brought it up or not. In fact, if I had to hypothesize, if Meredith did bring it up, I would assume that Lisa would be even more madder at Meredith. Like, what are you doing? I could see it all.
Meredith I don't even remember how we got onto that. Like,
I think they wanted to get her perspective.
Lisa, that you have been sharing the rumors about Bronwyn. And Bronwyn, if you've noticed, has not given her opinion. She keeps saying, we believe.
Yeah, she's very...
My husband believes.
She's very smart.
If this hurts my husband and my child. And it's just like...
Yeah, she has not pointed the finger or said anyone's name at all.
But also, it is very, very passive-aggressive. Mama, tell us what you want. Do you think she said it? Are you offended by it or not? To one point, I'm kind of like, that's very respectful. You're not going to be reactive. Yeah. But also, she's sitting right here now.
Yeah.
Do you think she said it? If she told you no, you have to now decide, did you trust her? You don't.
Yeah.
Because just like and the only example I can think of right now is a romantic relationship. If you think they cheated, someone tells you, hey, this person cheated on you, I saw them out. You ask them, you believe it or you don't. Yeah. You don't go back and say, do you have a picture of them cheating? Like, do you want to believe that they cheated or you don't? And so it's like, and your husband just told you. I don't know why you keep spending time with Lisa. She has never done anything well for you and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just like, we are glossing over this. It's a very quick decision.
Yeah.
Do you trust what she said or not?
I think it's very intentional. And I think it's probably the smarter of the two options.
Really?
Because, okay, think about it this way. If they sat at that table and Bronwyn goes, okay, Lisa, or even at the lunch prior, whatever, pick any scenario. If she said, yeah, I've been going through a lot, all these stories, a lot of it's bullshit. I think it was somebody in this group. At least I think it was you.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're really going into it with the group.
Yeah.
Chaos right away.
Oh, I would love that. Who at the table would have done that? Is Lisa the only person who would have actually done that?
Yeah.
Ooh, but it was chaos anyway. So why not?
I think that's I think the chaos could have been prevented. That's all on Lisa's fault.
I would have loved to watch that.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, okay, we can't have every situation.
Angie may have done that.
Oh, and for sure. Here's the thing. When you look at the season so far, this is 7 episodes, more than half of which we've been sitting here at a table and people are yelling. There is a point where it's like, okay, we need to have things in between where it's calm.
Yeah.
And I think that would be an easy automatic, like, clearly you think Lisa would be like, no, it wasn't me, but thank you for, she'd be like, fuck you. Especially since the beginning of the season, they already had issues that they just,
Lisa was so irritating. I refuse to be accused of something.
I know, I'm like,
people are accusing you of things all day long, whether they sue you or not. I won't stand here to be accused. That's not saying you didn't do it.
So everything, in my opinion, that she said when that was all brought up, just like the conversation at lunch, I'm like, everything that you're saying, you sound so guilty. If someone came at me, if whatever, and she's been blamed for this before, as she said, I'm tired of this.
So smug and arrogant.
So smug.
I just don't think a girl here would do that. We think you did it.
Well, and also I would say with Lisa, if it was me, especially if I've had fights with basically everyone here or whatever, if someone said, let's just call it a spade, you know, Dominic, I think it was you, I'd be like, okay. I'm like, I'd be like, listen, y'all, if you want to think that, God bless. I've already proven myself. I've done everything to prove and acquit myself from this. If you don't want to buy it, then go fuck off. I don't care.
That's a Mary response. Okay.
Right. If she did something in that realm, there could be people at the table that go,
because it would be so not Lisa that we would probably have
but
to think about
if someone said, Dominic, I think you did it, and I said, I would never, fuck you, you piece of shit, I would never, I hate this group.
How dare you accuse me?
It's guilt 101. Okay,
so is there any scenario where Lisa is kicked off the show because her storyline is just too boring?
We know, boring, no. However, it's a really interesting question that you asked, because I was thinking about that at the end of the show. It's the tale is told this time in Housewives, usually by the end of the season, not like, I don't even think we're halfway through this season, really. The question always remains, depending on like where the show has gone, or the season has gone, it's like, okay, where do we go from here? I'm already having that with her in this season. It's like, besides Meredith, which you just like fucking yelled at in her face, but Meredith is kind of a doormat these days with her, so she might not give a fuck. However, besides Meredith, she's not really great with anybody. So it's kind of like, what I hear in her voice to some extent, it's, I'm fed up, I'm done with this. Well, 7 years later, we've been doing this kind of shit. So it's like, now we have history with her. It's like, I don't know where we go.
Where's your relevancy? If she was the one that planted the stories,
that would automatically probably get her off the show. If someone was able to, if we've seen it before. Okay. If she really is not even planting, but like spearheading this, I can see that being her ultimate demise of like, well, you can't trust her. Okay. If they even had proof and she denied it, that's not entertaining to watch. But you have to have receipts for that.
So that's different from the lawsuits, because those are still personal things.
Yeah.
Talking about Lisa's lawsuits.
Yeah. And whether she has them, not dismissed, not dismissed, I think that's part of her life.
And the part of her story is the girls talking about it more.
Right. Exactly. I think she's handling this whole season wrong. I've listened to other podcasts, like recaps, whatnot, who are more sympathetic, if anything, to Lisa. And maybe this is my bias as not a Lisa fan necessarily. I don't hate her, but I find her in the last few years, she said at the table, this is the exact reason why I can't stand her. She's like, you all are so lucky that I talked to you. I'm so over this. Like, you're better than this. Then
why are you here?
Don't live in Salt Lake City. Go to fucking New York. If you're go to LA. If you're so damn famous, you have all these famous friends or whatever. I'm like, bitch, if you're that great, then don't live here and don't be on the show. How about this? Yeah. Don't be on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you're so above all this, then get off and give this spot to someone that is entertaining and wants to be here. That's what makes me can't stand her. Yeah. And I cannot get off of that, no matter if she has a compelling like story outside of this like content. Knowing that she said that, and she probably really does think like that, because she said it to Heather that one time. She's like,
repeatedly she's saying this.
I'm like, you're not relatable at any ounce, that I don't find this entertaining. But that's me as a viewer. I don't care for it. So I don't know where we go from here with her.
7 episodes in and I'm watching and I'm just like, if you planted the story, you would be irrelevant in this episode. And then I'm like, Meredith barely talks, so we wouldn't get you two hanging out. You have a restaurant and a husband that we saw 30 seconds of you being vulnerable. I know that your son has a business. Yeah. And I know that you live a very different life than these girls.
Right. Yeah.
And as a newbie, well, then go live your life. Why are you
exactly,
here?
Yeah.
And I really could not understand. And then I was boiling mad at the end of the episode.
Were you? Which part?
First of all, Heather's dress.
Stunning. She looked beautiful.
You didn't really even get to see it until she's literally chasing Lisa.
I know. I just love when she came in after they were yelling and she goes into Angie, and I'm sorry, any camera angle that shows us Angie like sickly in bed and Mary just like being the goddess that she is. And here comes I love Heather comes in, she's like crying, and Mary's like, what?
Like and then Angie, hear the whole thing.
Did you hear? I thought it was so cute of Heather. She's like, Lisa, but Angie, how are you feeling? She's like, it doesn't matter. What is going on? I just thought that was very endearing, but also hilarious. So Angie. But it's almost like, okay, hold no, girl, spill.
When Lisa gets so upset at dinner, she's like, okay, you guys are accusing me. You're really accusing me. I still don't remember where she starts yelling at Meredith, but did you defend me?
Oh, because they said like when they in the beginning, because when they brought it up, who said, I think was it Whitney's like I think we should talk about.
I think it was her,
and they were looking at Meredith and I think Heather said that in her confessional. I don't know why they would think this because I was like that ain't gonna happen, but their thought was okay. Meredith, we're waiting for you to talk about like, hey, we had this conversation. Like, that's not gonna happen. They're like, okay, well, Meredith, why don't you discuss like what we talked about?
They skimmed past it so quick at the garden party.
Yeah, and then and then they started talking. That's when Lisa pointing in her face, mind you, too, if I remember correctly,
pointing in her face, which was so demeaning to Meredith. But then when she literally touches Heather.
Her face. She did it like twice.
She's like,
that's right.
Because she starts to walk off, and then she comes back, and I can't even do it.
Well, Heather's still sitting.
And she, First of all,
it was very odd. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't like anyone speaking over me. If you come into my room and I'm sitting down, I will stand up and look you in your eye.
I cannot agree more.
If I walk into your office and you're sitting down, I will sit down. So you speaking over me.
Oh, that's already intimidating.
And then she literally touches her to say, "But
her
you're
face,
not my friend." Because
can you imagine? I would have punched her in the face.
So Heather
I'd be like,
says,
"Get your fucking hands off me!
If you're not going to be here, then just go."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Okay, I'll go." And then she's like, "Do you really want me to go? Do you
Yeah.
When she
while
touched
crying,
her,
she touched her twice.
So I could tell there was something I was missing because typically they run over to you if you try to touch someone. So I was like, clearly this is Angie's thing, touching people, or Heather is not reactive in that way. Because typically, on another show they would have slapped your hand away. I think
because you're totally right. Because I've seen this on other shows too. Even when someone starts getting up, kind of a thing. If I'm one of them,
Heather would beat her ass.
Heather would beat her ass. Angie would beat her. Mary would whoop her ass. They would all. My feeling is they're probably watching it. She ain't gonna do shit. Second of all, there is a slight difference if you look at the hands. It was like she cupped her face, which that is also antagonizing.
It is.
It's almost, to your point, what you said, demeaning. But it wasn't like I've seen on other shows where someone grabbed like their chin. Contact on skin contact doesn't fucking matter in my book. However, in terms of like security or someone getting involved, Lisa was not gonna like clock her. You know what I mean?
The only reason I realized they weren't, and I was like, they've had too much surgery to hit each other's faces. I swear to you, that was the one thing I said. I was like, they've had too much to actually do that.
Yeah.
But like, to be the lawyer, if I'm holding this and you pull it out my hand and throw it, that's assault. Because you don't have to touch me if you are aggressive to something that I'm even in my possession. That's why if you get in a car accident, it's assault. So I was for you to touch me. I was just like, oh my gosh! I was just like, I think that was what escalated it for Heather because Heather was okay just talk. But then I remember in a prior conversation, you were telling me you were like, I don't understand what's up with Heather. She's like up her ass.
Yes,
what's going on? And so I was like, I think she's finally telling her what she really wants because she was so far away. They were literally on the ends of the
more
table.
Comfortable or something.
I was like, she literally has all these people between her. Yeah. But then I feel like Heather would have just argued with her all night.
Yeah,
it wasn't until Angie touched her. And it just escalated it so bad. And I was
when she touched her like face, right? Yeah, I agree.
I said Angie, I'm sorry, Lisa.
No, because that would have set me off. And then I would have been uncouth and probably kicked off the show just because I would have done like way worse. If someone touches me, whether it doesn't matter gentle or not, if we're in an argument, so that it's heated, shoulders, whatever, people like grab your arm, like listen to me. I 0 to 100. No. I see red. I'm like, no. We're not doing that. And I'm not saying I won't use the word assault, maybe by dictionary definition. Yeah. I'm not gonna be dramatic and be like, you're assaulting me. Yeah. However, once skin on skin contact, when we're in a heated conversation, I lose my cool. So she's very lucky no one like beat her ass.
I know.
But I will tell you, why I also say I don't know where we go with Lisa is because when how dramatic and pathetic she is on this, like I don't even know what that is, like a raft type thing, right? Because that's not part of the boat.
That's literally where you would like wait for another boat to come up.
Right? I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was really cinematic though. Like, you could see all the fish.
I know.
I'm like, that's pretty.
I know.
And then Brittany tries to come. She's like, get away from me, and that's like her friend too. So I guess that is someone that whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, that's when I started asking myself, where do we go with this? Because I'm like, what do we repair? How can we repair it? If there is a repair, does it have enough longevity for another season with Lisa? Like, I truly don't know.
That's crazy that we were both kind of thinking that
100%.
As a complete newbie and as a connoisseur you are. And
when you look at that scene, that whole, like, she's out there for what seems like forever. I don't know. It was like a very interesting tone of energy of the episode because she doesn't want to talk to anyone, and she's being really dramatic. Yeah. So that doesn't help anything. She's at the end of this dock or whatever on the boat, just sitting there with, I'm assuming, her feet in the water. And I'm just like, okay. Well, I guess I'm really curious what happens next, because it ends with Heather looking for her. And so I'm like, does it get worse?
Which I thought it would have been Meredith looking for her.
So, good point. So I'm wondering, does it get even somehow worse?
I mean, I am very intrigued. And I'll tell you what, every episode makes me want to watch more.
I know. I'm like, fuck, I want the next week's episode already.
Because even though she was sitting there with her hangdog face, I was just like, this beautiful location, and you guys are arguing. What's tomorrow? Because typically they'll have they'll go to a coast and
do whatever. Yeah, but you're on it. And I will say, you know what? One of the many reasons why I like Heather. One of the things that she said, I can't remember if it was pre-argument or somehow in the beginning of it. Oh, when she was talking about like we all talk shit, whatever. And she made a point. She's like, we are all very privileged people. And I'm like, that to me, you score so many points. Yeah. As a viewer, that's definitely a me thing in terms of watching these shows. It's, you can buy all the Chanel bags you have and show us all the money, big houses. I still need to see humanity from you. And Heather continues to prove like she's a real bitch. Yeah. So we are privileged. A very small population of people can just do that. Charter a boat.
In a city I've never heard of.
And exactly. So I do appreciate her saying that. And I think I'm really curious of how the episode starts next week to see like what.
So there's 2 more days on the boat.
Yeah. So she must be. So they must make some sort of amends, I have to imagine, if she's going to be there. Otherwise, she's going to be airlifted off the boat?
Yes. Or she could take another little boat like Bronwyn took to get off.
Yeah, like a little tug boat.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm watching and I still love the outfits.
Yeah.
They're so good. The bikinis, all of them are close to 40, if not well over 40. And I'm just like, they look so
not
good.
Well over 40.
I mean, I think Heather is like 50.
I don't think she is. Let's find out.
So I was just like, they look fantastic. I think I really liked seeing them in regular clothes, jean shorts and a bikini top.
How old is the cast of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 6? That's actually, I don't think I actually know anyone's age, really.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Okay, we can end this with playing a quick game.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you guess. So I'm going to start with Lisa Barlow. How old do you think she is?
Lisa?
Current, and this is current.
46.
50.
She looks good.
Mary Cosby?
Oh, gosh. Black don't crack.
She does look great.
47.
53.
Shut up!
Heather Gay.
Okay. These are the OGs. The last 2 have been 50, so I'll say 50.
51. I'm not sure. I thought you would be like 49. Meredith.
Wait, that's who I just thought. Who did we just do? Heather? Oh, Heather's 51. Okay, so Meredith, I thought I was saying Meredith. Okay, well, I'll say that she's 50 as well.
53.
What?
Whitney.
I already know this because you told me Bronwyn's age. 45.
39.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Whitney.
Also, her body is banging.
Yeah, cut that.
No, we're keeping that in because that's hilarious. Okay, Angie.
If she's older than 37, I don't know. Angie looks fantastic.
51.
51.
I know she does not look. She looks amazing.
We need to move to Salt Lake.
I know.
Maybe
and then,
air.
do you remember how old Bronwyn is?
Yeah, 41.
40.
Yeah. Okay. So
So her and Whitney are basically the same age, and everyone else is.
What about Britani? Is she not on there?
Oh wait.
You didn't make the list.
I did say like if you want to add. Yeah. Yes.
That's funny.
How old do you think she is?
I don't know.
She's kind of. I'm like I don't know either.
53. She's probably 30. No, she's probably 46.
I'm gonna guess because her daughter was out 19.
19 and 21.
I'm gonna guess she's 50.
She's 50.
54. 1971.
So I meant to tell you.
Her birthday was just recently.
Lisa just had one of her testimonials. Confessionals. I couldn't remember which one was the right one. I saw where she changed her hair. I said they tried to do a refilm.
I hate her.
In one of the ones with the red, she has a braid right here. And when
I like that.
It, she has 2 braids.
I hate her this random cowboy outfit.
Yeah, I was like,
what the fuck is this? It looks like a costume.
That red outfit that was stunning. It's like stripes and then the circle.
I think I've loved actually all of Mary and Angie's confessionals. The one where Angie's wearing that pink dress, that big like bow. She looks. I'm like, you're so beautiful.
I know.
Meredith, I could care less about. No, people stand her style because it's kind of her, and like I don't care.
All right, you guys, put in the comments how would you think we are.
Please be nice. I have a birthday soon, so be nice.
As I'm falling off the stool.
I feel 105.
This was fun. I like this episode. And I'm
well, next week, man, I'm like, we're clocked. Well, we have been clocked in, but again, Us
the
Weekly
best cast
ever. They all look so good. Who's your favorite on there?
Whitney.
I was just thinking that too. I want to say Heather, but I'm like, Whitney's like, she's giving face.
Oh, Angie's not on the front, but then Angie's in here.
Yeah, I mean, Angie looks great too. Bronwyn looks cute, though I don't like this little detail by her pussy.
Well,
I love this picture of Mary though with the sunglasses. She is such a diva. And I also love Whitney as a blonde. I'm like, okay, I love the red hair, but she's stunning as a blonde. But Heather looks great too.
Angie, oof.
I love you, Angie. Come on.
Oh, I keep mixing them up. I'm sorry. That disgust was for Lisa. That was Lisa.
Yeah.
No. There's only space for one brunette.
Oh.
Sorry, Lisa. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Wait, you opened up.
You want me? Oh, no, I don't. I just went for it.
I love that.
Because it was such a good episode. You concur?
Yeah. I love. Okay.